I know. Tika. Yes, you're most welcome. My name is Maurice Da Crochetmaster, and today we are going to do the. I'm going to be showing you how you can line these. They are extended dreadlocks. So I just want you to, yeah. I've just sprayed some water. This is just water, so that my tips can detangle. So we are going to be using this Mouldin gel, and it's a gel for the braid styling. So it's what I always use when I'm going to start the locking, and this is how it looks. And those ones who have been asking me, so I'm going to show you how we can do it. And the hook, this is how it looks. We always use number 4, but still it depends on the type of hair, because sometimes there's the way when the numbers can be, they can be number 1. So it's the numbers. Okay, if the number is, let's say, number 1, it means this is going to be somehow big. This is going to be big. So the number is supposed to be. It's according to this. This depends. The numbers, the higher it goes, the smaller this hook becomes. So if it's number 4, this is how it looks. And this one also depends on the type of hair that you're going to do. There's when the hair it has a lot of volume, so you don't need to use this number. The times you might use number 2. You might use number 2 if the hair has got a lot of volume. So, and that soft hair, you can use from this number 4 or number 8, but mostly probably you might use number 8, and this is how it looks. So now, let's get it on and see how it's supposed to, like how we can do this. So now, when we are starting, we are going to start with this. Never step at one. And just do some. Mostly probably, I want we should start this logging so that up to when we learn how to do everything. Yes, good morning. Good morning, John. Good morning, Williams. I can see, guys. So now let's get it on. Most probably, I just want us to see how it's supposed to be. And then we have first put our gel up here. This gel always helps me to collect all the hair together. The oil so let's start. Hope you can see it very clearly. Okay. So maybe I try to zoom in a little bit so that you can see it. Yes, there. I think there you can see it very clearly. Okay. So let's get it on. We roll this hair like this, but when you're rolling, you just have to roll like you roll when it is going down, then you hook once. Like this hair is soft, so you can do the cross locking. I'm going to be showing it here. So when you're done, you still do it. But though sometimes we don't need to make it like to lock it more than 2 times. So here, since it's also, we can use this cross locking down and up like that. That is what we call the cross locking. It's like this, but you roll going down, side one and on top like that. You roll like going down this way, down, and then up like that. So this hair is always soft, so that's why we are doing the cross locking, because we have the V locking and this cross locking. So we are still doing the same thing, like this, and then up. So when it's like this, here it is done. Mostly in this video, I would like to show you how we're supposed to arrange these. I want to be, let me see. If you have any question, you can ask before we continue. But this time around, I'm going to be showing you how you can make these lines, because most of the times, what makes the dread looks bad, like I always feel bad, those ones who did the national dreadlocks, but you find like at the beginning, like when they their journey, when they had just started, the locking, how they arrange them badly. So you find someone's dreads are not looking good just because of the arrangement down. So it is very, very important to know how to arrange them from down. So if you do this second step, is there something we are going to apply our gel this way. We're going to apply our gel this way, and then after doing all that, we start again locking. So when you look at this hair, when you look at this hair, this is at least it's not as soft as this down one. Maybe like this first one, it might be as it can be soft. So for it, we can still use the cross locking this way. So the second one, this is no longer soft. We are going to use the V locking. The V locking, we just lock once. Like that. That is the V locking. We just lock once. But when you're trying to lock, please, as you're locking, you just have to make sure that you roll the hair going down. Not like straight, but you roll it going down like this. And then you lock. So the same thing you do this way. But now most of the times when these dreads are arranged very nicely, when it comes to styling or maybe like leaving it free, you find like it looks very, very smart and neat, but all comes when you had arranged it at the first place very neat like this. So I'm going to be showing you all the lines, how you're supposed to not overpack and not overspace. So this is how it's supposed to be locked, just like this. So now this is also very soft. We can use the cross locking like that. I've told you most of the times you don't need to make it, you don't need to overlock down because we always need that space. Because when you try to look at this, it's not overlocked. There's still that space for that extension. So you need that space. And can continue. Now we are going on this other next step. So I want to put there my water. So now let's go to the next step. And this is how it's going to be. Let me try to make a line, but you're going to see it on that side when I come on that side. The line is here. So this line, when you look at it, if you try to look at this spacing, it's not the one we're going to put here, because if we put it here, it's supposed to come like this. You see? It's supposed to come like this. But remember, we have spaced in front. So what we do after doing all that, I'm going to show you what you're supposed to do after doing all that. Because we need to follow all those lines. So just have to make sure that your line is very clear and it's equal. So now, after seeing that behind looks like this, what we're going to do, now let me try to show you like this side. We have some. just try to hold it here. Now, when you try to look here, it is all the same size with this. So, what I'm going to do, since my font, I don't want it to be overpacked, we're going to first remove the first cell this way. Because I realize when we keep on learning these dreadlocks and we don't show how you're supposed to arrange it. So now these ones I'm going to remove the two. I'm going to remove two because I don't want them to be overspaced. So I'm going to remove two like this. And for that one you lock once. And I told you when you're locking once, that is the V locking. So still you have to lock once like that. That one helps us to stay with that space. Still here we are locking once. So like if you find out like maybe sometimes you might find like the hair is very soft, like the way you can see this, or it might not. You might use the cross locking. But now here you see it's not as soft as this one. That's why you can see that this one is a bit loose than this. So when we go on the next step, these are the same things I'm going to do this side. So at least I've showed you here. Let me first do this here. And I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back that side and then I show you how you can do it. And most of the times it is always it is simple with the natural hair when it comes to this locking, but now on the straight hair, since the hair is always the straight hair, I mean the relaxed hair, sometimes it may, for it is always very soft and it's really powdery. So it would need, like when you're trying to do, when you try to arrange it, you don't, you use the cross locking. For it to need the cross locking. That's why I always advise, like when you're going to dreadlock someone with straight, relaxed hair, you always need to first get some growth. The growth that we'll be wanting is this of natural and down. So now, after doing the way I did here, the same way I've done this side. So when you're remaining this, remember it is also equal with the, or like it's the same, the here is the same as here. So we are not going to, I'll show it from here. We count like maybe someone on this side is going to be holding a part. So we're not going to come the same way like this and we look this way. That is, we're not going to do that. So what we can do, if maybe, or what we can do here, we're just going to put it down. So let's try to put our gel again. Let's try to put our gel again. So I can see if you have questions you're trying to ask, I will just be there to answer you. I'll answer you one by one, but let me first see how this looks. Okay, can't see clearly. Someone cannot see it clearly, or I try to zoom it out. If you cannot see it clearly, please. You told me if you can't see it clearly, but here it's clear. That's what I see. I zoom out that way. Okay. Let's continue. So now here it means we're going to put it down. We're going to lock it as it's going down. So let's try to do that first. So I told you when you're locking, you're supposed to roll going down, moving down like that. You roll these going down. It's the same thing. You just do it going down. The good thing about like this hair in the middle for it is always it is always thick, so it gives you it makes it very simple for you to lock once, because here if you try to use the cross locking, no, yes, if you use the cross locking here, trust me, it's going to be too much. Yes, it's going to be too much. It can be very tight on the scalp, and if it's very tight on the scalp, that means that is very, very dangerous, because we always need that space for the extension. Yes, so I realized that when we learn how to lock this, it is okay, but still we need to know how to arrange it. So it's the same thing I'm going to be doing here. So I might find those ones with straight hair, straight last hair, those ones they will need to maybe to use the cross locking, but sometimes that one comes when your hair doesn't have growth. Yes, that's when you can use the cross locking on the whole head. And then about the hook, still this hook, it is still working. Yeah, and this line, it is still working, even if the hair has a lot of it. Even if the hair is thick, but it can still lock. So if you get the hair that is more thicker than this, then it means you cannot use this crochet. You will have to use another one. And I told you the higher the number, the smaller the hook. I'm meaning this. So if it's number 2, like I'm just trying to explain those ones, maybe you have just joined. The first place I said that when we are using these hooks, it's also very, very important. Like we need to know the type of this hook that we're supposed to use, and the numbers, because it looks now, it's okay, was before is okay. So when you try to look at this, I said that the more the numbers, the smaller it becomes. So if it's number 0, that means this is going to be very big, and if it's number 1, 2, still it is big. Starting from number 4, number 8, those ones are small. So still we have to get this size. And I told you now, if we do it here and here, this is very big. And those are the most the mistakes like people have been doing when they're arranging their dreadlocks, is that they don't focus about arranging, like most probably those ones with natural dreadlocks, they're now finding it very hard. Their hair is already long and they cannot change anything, and they would also want them to be arranged this way. So when you look here, it is the same. It is the same size with this. What I'm doing this side is the same thing I'm doing this other side. So after you just have to make sure that this one is also like this. So I got it, and we're doing it right now. So here I'm done doing it. I'm done doing it here. You're gonna see. Then you first have to hold it. Else when those ones are still new, our gel, this is how it looks. This is how it looks. They are Stylin red gel. This is how it looks. And now I'm going to apply the same thing on the head. What I like from this, you may see like it looks this whitish, but after you have looked for some time, it melts and looks natural. Is that okay? Someone is asking. Asking. Let me try to say. In Uganda, there is no numbers in shop. They are also the same. There are no numbers in shops. No, they are there. They are there. Maybe you're trying to mean these ones, because these ones are the ones that are different from but still they also have numbers, but they're showing you this is number 1, this is number 1.9, but these ones I've also don't use them so much. But for this one I know. This one I know. So we are still, when you look here, here's the same thing we're going to do, that we have to first remove the front hair. But when you look at her forehead, she's having this. So it means if we do it here, one is going to be somehow short and the other one long. So what I can do, I can first do it here. You know, these are some things that you need to know. Let me show you. Yes, here it is fine. This is fine, this is someone here. So we have to do this. Okay. After getting it, we start with the gel and we apply. So when you're done applying, what we're going to do after separating this, and you guys who are watching, you should know this. If so, you see this upper one, it is very long. So what I'm going to do, I have to reduce it so that I get the real size of what I'm looking for. So after that, I have to lock it here like that. Why I'm doing all this is that in front, we always want our hair to be neat in front. So you have to focus mostly in front so that you don't do any mistake, because when you do mistakes in front, it is what that makes it looks bad. So we continue with all that out here. So you can see this is somehow small and this is very long. We'll move it from here and we continue. Just have to make sure that our size looks the same. This is how it looks. So this is the third one, I might say. Here, when you reach here, but when you try to look here, we still have we on this second line. When you look here, the way I've done here, it looks like we are on this second line, and this second line we're locked like this. So since on this we did two, and after we started locking down, but now if here there are two, here there are already three steps, but we're on the second line down. So it means we're not going to do down. We can still continue with going this way, because what we're trying to arrange someone's hair. So this is somehow soft. We can use the cross locking. When the hair is soft, you can use the cross locking. That can be fun. Sorry. And now this, I can try to remove this to make it so. Also to come this side. So the work done here is the same way. I'm going to do this. So it means now when we reach here, we're just going to lock it going down. This is very, very important that these are steps that we need to learn before we start doing our dreadlocks. So what I've done there is what I'm going to do this side too. Now use shows that is how to play. And now they're showing you want it in a higher, in a standard, in what? So you just have to put in the standard. Stack. Because it is like they have never substrate. You cannot be that you did, yet you didn't see the notification showing me that I've gone right. So those ones who have just come, I was just still trying to explain like how we are supposed to do that extended dreadlocks. So now let me first finish up. as I was trying to explain to you guys, this the way I've done that way is the way I'm going to do this way. So try to be patient so that we continue with. So we have come back this side. You're going to do the same thing. So you know, like for me, I'm left-sided, so I always do it coming from this side. So I think these ones who are right. Okay. Here the hair is very thick. I told you, like most of the times when the hair is thick, we just have to use the V-locking. V-locking, that's when we lock once. That's when we lock once, going down. And this is how we lock. And please, whenever you're locking, don't make the lock to reach the scalp, because if it reaches the scalp, that's going to be painful when you're trying to add the extension. That's why you hear people say that dreadlocks are very painful, but they're painful just because of some people lack profession to make sure that they do it this way. So we're still continuing with our tutorial of this. So now you can see that my arrangement is still doing the same thing. And I'm locking once up to when I reach to the end. So right now, this one was still new, like who have just joined. I'm using the hook, I'm using number 4. And I've been telling you guys that if it's the number, the higher it goes, the lower it becomes. So this is how it looks from here. So let's continue with this way also. Let me try to read your comments. Shop sole size only have 2 types of crochet needle. Do you have to use any hair butterfly? How did that go? Thanks, turning scale of a lot. Okay, thank you. Please show us how much of the extension you use. The hair extension. I haven't applied any extension.
The voice is low. Voice is low.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to try to.
Did you jump?
Yes, it's fine. You can hold it. It's okay. Sorry, let's try to. Let me try now. Let's try to use this so that she can extend knee and you'll see what I'm going to be doing. I think now we can stand the other side. So, when we are done with all that, we are going to do the same thing here. And we're going to do the same thing. So, sometimes when you reach here, that's when it becomes hard for you. So let me try to still remove this. Then when people reach here in the middle, it always becomes hard, like to follow all the lane that you've been following, to see that they can still, you can still do them even when you reach here. So just have to continue with this, and I make sure that my lines are equal, just like this. So we're just remaining with this, and you might come from down arranging it very nice, but whenever you reach here in the middle, most of the time it becomes very challenging with some people. So I'm just going to be showing you how you can achieve this. So this one, it is in the two-way. So to make sure that your lanes are very neat. So this is in the two ways. You can just make it this curvy this way. You can make it to curve like this. Or, because now when you start curving like this, it means or still we can still use the other, and then we just do it on this side. So let me not confuse you. Let's just continue the way we have been doing. And now when we reach here, we just have to first remove the front one. So now this is doing it right, because it's now on the same level, like this. So right here, and then we lock that too. Here we're still using the V locking, and then we'll move the second step, so to apply the gel. So after, separate this into two. And by the way, this is going also to depend on, I'm just giving you like these are the basics on how you're supposed to arrange your lines. But next time someone is going to come, when he or she wants her dreadlocks to be very packed, so you can still use the same arrangement, but as you make these lines smaller. You understand? You just do the same arrangement, but making these lines smaller. So it means if someone who wants the small size, means you can remove these. Instead of getting 2, you have to be getting 3, but in the same arrangement. So don't be confused when someone comes and say that they need to arrange them that way, and then you cannot do it. So when we reach here, we can change and start doing like the way we did at the first place. What I do this side is what I do the other side. Try to apply our gel. I've been telling you that this gel is very, very nice since it is, whenever you're done for it, it melts and you cannot see this white thing. So as we continue with everything, there's something I just want to remind you guys, like whenever they are locking you, whenever you're doing these dreadlocks, and when they have just started locking, then you start feeling the pain. That means they before even they have added the extension, and then you start feeling the pain, that means they have overlocked, and it is going to cause the blockage, and even your dreads are going to be painful. So you should be very, very careful. At least when you start feeling the pain, even before they have added the extension, please, if you can tell maybe your hairstylist to where you're feeling the pain from, and then they can try to loosen that part. So here I've tried to use the cross locking because the hair is also soft. Don't ask yourself why I've changed here. It's just because the hair is soft. Still, we are going on the next step. Using the same thing here, just from maybe it is thick. Even if we use even if we use the V locking, and V locking, you just have to lock once. So this is how, just have to lock. So now we're going behind, and now if we reach behind, it's the same thing that we are going to do. The same thing we're going to do. You're just going to be locking, going down. Locking, going down. And, so that is what I was trying to explain to you guys. Whenever they are locking, like when they're still in this stage and you have started feeling pain, please tell your hairdresser, try to loosen that part so that they can continue. But if you just keep quiet, it will not be good for you. Keep it. What? That's why, since we have, let me try to make it clear. We don't supposed to. And another thing, sometimes it's not good just to go. You'll find like maybe there's some space that you're going to find it becoming smaller. So you can do a rough sketch there like this, and you see it is coming. Not just like locking, you proceed without doing those sketches. It's also not good. Just have to be doing those sketches so that you achieve your lines very nicely. So here the hair is very thick. That's why we are using this V-lock. And you think that I'm locking once. I am locking once. So most probably those ones with straight hair, for them, they might be locking, they might lock, like they will have to use the cross locking. Most of the times when we reach here in the middle, is when all that thing becomes disorganized. But the only one thing that you need to know is that we just need to make sure our lines in front, as long as the front is okay, there's no problem. So now when we reach here, we're just going to first remove the front like this. Just going to first remove the front. And then we can remove, because doing these sketches, they're always very nice. They try to guide you. Before you proceed, they guide you a lot. So for me, I always focus in front because I know it's where everything it's where someone will have to see that my arrangement was very okay. So I have to focus mostly in front. So here you can see that my arranging is now okay. So we add our gel. I'm still here in the middle. And even here. So we work there, put me to I thought doing these sketches is always nice, because now if I was going to start doing it, but after I realized that it might not be okay, so I've reduced. So now here, since I'm holding a small one, I don't think the V-lock can do here, so we have to use the cross locking. The cross locking like that. Yes, I think all of these ones are going to be, this one is okay. Sometimes you just feel it in your hand, like when you start getting used, you'll always feel it in your hand, like maybe the volume of the hair, you'll always feel it, if it needs a V locking or a cross locking. So that the same thing that I do here, I lock, and then I do locking also here, just like that. So now I think here we are moving, though there's some other thing that we need to do. There's some other thing we need to do when it comes in front.
No,
2, 3, 2, 3, okay. These sketches are always nice, like we need them. And guys, it's not like you're supposed to do these same size. No, I told you that sometimes someone's going to tell you that they want them packed, so you don't need to do this same size. You might do them smaller, but following this arrangement. Sometimes we don't need to learn a lot of things. All we just need to do is to understand the basics of something. When you know all those basics, it means when you're doing it, it is going to be very simple. So, like most of the times I've been doing videos showing you how to do these dreadlocks, but I realized there's some of you who even don't know how they're supposed to arrange these dreadlocks. So now, when we reach this second line, this is also very, very important. I'm not going to follow this third line. What I'm going to do is to make these two lines to hide these spaces. So the first one is going to come here, because now here on the second line, at least you try to pack, not too much, and they're not supposed to be few. So I'm arranging these lines this way, so that if my client is going to hold a puff, it can look very, these sketches very nice. You need to do them. So if my client wants to hold a puff, it's going to be very easy for her. So this is how she can arrange them. So you can see these ones are somehow packed than the other ones, yes, please. About?
She has sister looks, she wanted to play something with me.
Let's finish. So this is how we can arrange it, but now you can see here in front, it's really, really a lot. So amazing. So here, this is how it looks now. Still, when we go in the last line, our last line, the same thing we are going to do. The same thing we are going to do. First, pull the gel. So here, so we're going to, this one that we're going to do are supposed to cover these spaces. So it means like if the lines are like this, the other lines are supposed to be covering the spaces, look that way. So that is what I'm doing. And the front one still, we do the V locking. You know why I'm doing all this is just because most of the times when we need to overpack the second line, because you might find the first line, the hair is very weak and soft, or maybe like the hairline is have a lot of damage. So what we do, we just have to pack the second line, because for it is always healthy and thick than the front one. So we just have to make sure that we do we pack the second line, and then this other line we just have to make sure it is like this, not too packed and not too spaced, but still according to your hairline, how your hairline is. But most of the times you find like when the hairline is like at the health of this one, you can just use it, you can just lock it with this size, but according to the hair extension still that you're going to do. There are those ones who want the big, very big dreads, so you need to make sure that these lines that you do are going to favor that big extension. So according to the size we are doing, this is very fine for it. So after doing all that here, I'm getting done, but you can see it is even just the arrangement is doing itself the way it's supposed to. And now we are good to go. Just like that. So here, I think you can see how we have achieved all that. And then if I try to read the new messages, let me try to see. Mr. Morris, where can I find you? We're in Tinda, Minister's Village. Let me try to read some of the message. Want to see someone's message. The extension, okay. So now, what we're going to do right now, hello, if I try to show you, like, this is how, Kevin, why do you call the sound? So this is how it is looking, and if you try to see in front, it's really showing that it's well arranged. So let's say that these were natural dreadlocks. At least there you would not regret, because of the arrangement is really very nicely. So those ones who just joined us, I was showing you how you can arrange these dreadlocks, and we did this first step. This is how it looks, and this first step we had to lock it, the cross locking. If I say the cross locking, those ones who were not there in the first place, the cross locking is when the hook goes first that way and then you lock down. That was the first locking, but we do the first locking just because of this hair. If the hair is this soft, if the hair is soft, you use the cross locking. That is always very fine for that. And then the second line, this is how it works. And this second line for it, we have some the hair is thick. So if the hair is thick, but you can see the last one is not thick, that's it. Also we had to do the cross lock, and then these other ones were very fine. We did the V locking. So it's the same arrangement that we do all the always thick, so we can always do the V locking. So the other thing that always disturb people to do is these front ones. That to arrange these front ones is always very hard. Sometimes you're going to find like you get someone with this forehead that got a corner like this. Hers is somehow straight, but you're going to find someone with like this forehead that comes like this, always have them. It's also it can be very easy for you to do it just when you know this arrangement. So for if you have any other question that you're going to ask, please, I'm going to be uploading this video because we did it. I'm going to be uploading it, and I'll just find the comments in the comment section so that I answer you everything. So even these ones were locked ones in front, and we said that when we arrange them this way, it is also going to always it will make everything very, very nice. Mostly when we are styling our dreads, or maybe doing other things about it. So arrangement is very, very important, as I've been telling you. So this is what I got for you, but I'm going to upload this video and you tell me. I swear I'm going to find all your comments, and then we are good to go with the dreadlocks. So in my next live, I'm going to be showing, because now we have locked them, but just because of the time, we cannot manage to do the locking with extensions. So in my another live, I'm going to be showing you how you can install the extensions so that you can achieve your dreadlocks. Remember, the dreadlocks that we always do are always temporarily. You can always remove them if you want. So my name is Maurice Da Crochetmaster, and I'm gonna sign out right now. Let's remain with our locking so that tomorrow on the next video, I'm just going to be showing you how you can add the extension. Bye bye. See you guys tomorrow. Same time.